Ederson Oliveira here. This is the October edition of the DNN Monthly Chats, and we are Halloween themed here. So before we get to the juice of our conversations here about DNN, I want to ask each one of us here, to guess what is the character of the other person. So I guess let's start with that little bunny with small ears. That's the best I can describe, Scott. I'm gonna maximize you here in my view.
You have to. We have to have audience members with kids between the ages, like I said, between the ages of 8 and 15 years old. Actually, I think a lot of college kids watch this show as well.
But let me tell you this: don't underestimate Mike's taste. He might be on that group as well. Don't underestimate his taste.
Yeah. So I'll leave it up to, if you guys don't know, we'll find out in the comments on the video.
I don't, but DNN Diva.
This is not a hard one.
I do know, but I can't remember the name. That's not one of the ones that I watch. Yes, I watch cartoons all the time.
Oh, I know.
I watch it too.
I know, but I don't know the name.
Things go with it.
Yes, I know.
But the little word is like always with a little hat, and it has a backpack. I can't remember. Has the little orange. It's supposed to be a dog, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, a little dog.
It's there.
With glasses.
It's right there.
See, the backpack is exactly that. I know. Mike, I so want to Google it and find out the name.
Okay, Mike. Anything there, Mike?
I think Joe knows.
No idea.
Joe, I'm not even gonna try you, okay, on that one. So,
if Joe knew, that would blow my mind. We would end this video right now.
Go for it, Scott. Go for it, man.
So it's a it's a Cartoon Network show called Adventure Time. And I'm Finn, the hero of Adventure Time, who's a medieval child warrior. But I'm him grown up, and it's sad, really.
It's
growing up with a beer.
Yeah. This is what happens when you don't evolve as you grow or mature,
Or leave your parents' house.
Yeah.
I'm a walking, talking example of that.
And maybe this is like that movie that you start old with Brad Pitt, and then you come and you start to get younger as you go by.
Button. Mr. Button.
Benjamin Button.
Yes.
That's the first one done. Let's go to Mr. Smeltzer. Yeah, there's something going on there. I mean, what do you say?
I know what it is. Is it, I am so lazy and I just stole my daughter's headband.
You're almost there. Not quite though. I had a costume, but I had some logistics challenges. So this is I ran down the hall and raided my wife's closet costume.
Ooh, I already like
You're on the right track, but not there yet.
Mike, let's have a conversation here. Mike, wait a second. You're gonna be a dad in January. Right now, it's just yourself and your wife, and you are already having logistics problems.
Ooh.
Well, you did say I was in that lower age demographic where, I could be stereotypically considered lazy, I guess. So we could go with that.
I kind of have got it right, okay? It's just because the daughter's not there yet. So was the next female available, which is the wife. I think
exactly.
I should get a
I'm just prepping myself for the inevitable. That's all.
Good. All good. Now let's jump to our very, for the first time, welcome DNN Diva here, and
thank you.
Let's see. You are, exploded now in my screen. So guys, any clues there?
I would say the Diva bug.
All I can think of.
Joe?
I was going to say, thinking back to salad dressing, is clearly the Green Goddess.
Oh, stop it too. True. Now, that was like a version of Mike's, a little bit better because, I went to fine art school. So just a little thing won't do for me. So I thought, what is that I have on my Halloween box that I can do now? Because I just saw the notice on Facebook about 15 minutes ago. So I would say I'm an alien bug.
You are?
That's what the green, an alien bug.
Close to a ladybug.
Okay.
No?
Alien ladybug. There you go. Because everything is green. So I just came from Mars or Neptune or wherever it's green.
But what is this green? Is that a film that you put in your camera? I mean, what is that greenish?
No, like this is how it is here in Atlanta all the time.
Oh, so it's just bad camera. It's just bad camera.
No, I just went on it and I just went, heal, and some other settings. Oh, it's green. That's what I want. Let's go back. You guys cannot even see my red hair now. Here, I swear there's some red hairs here in the end. There are people that go to the DNN Summit will see personally.
Joe, do you want to give it a try now on yourself, Joe? What are you dressed up as?
Well, I just came in my everyday costume as a crazy old man since I retired from dressing for Halloween, maybe 82 years ago. And by the way, I did some catching up, and since our last monthly chat, I understand there was a momentous event that I missed a couple of Fridays ago. So just like to say happy birthday.
Got it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Happy birthday, answer. I did not know that.
But again, that's already.
You look as old as your outfit.
But wait a second. I think that Joe is a lumberjack.
I was going to say lumberjack in pajamas. Because he just came out, he haven't had time to put the red outfit and get his axe. Which is also doubles as an axe murder.
I'll go with that. And this is the pocket knife I cut the trees down with.
Okay.
Now, what
good.
are you supposed to be, Anderson?
Okay, so now let's explode. Let's explode myself so you can get moving. So let's go for the obvious here. Come on, guys.
Day of the DNN Dead.
Night of the Living DNN.
Close. Getting there.
Oh, the guy from oh my God, the one with the red head and Jack Disney movie from Tom Burton.
It could be.
I even have a mug of it.
No,
I go with DNN Dead.
My guess is the physical personification of trying to do a 3 major version upgrade to DNN.
Maybe it's a Persona bar.
Good that you mentioned about Persona bar. You're gonna be talking about Persona bar very short.
Bad upgrade.
but let's get to the nuts and bolts here. So I am the DNN core. I'm down to the bones.
I see what you did there.
You sure it's not the DNN corpse?
Oh, the DNN corpse.
Okay, so
that's it. I vote for that one.
I was trying
DNN
to go.
corpse.
I was trying to go to the DNN zombie, so the zombie. But my daughter told me that this is not a zombie, that this is a skeleton. So I said, okay, skeleton, DNN. I'm the DNN core, skeleton, the core of the body, and I'm the DNN core.
DNN
This
corpse.
is what happens when.
DNN
This
corpse.
is what happens when you remove telluric dependencies.
It might be.
Nah.
But I cannot move on because I had a deal with my daughter, and she said that she would only do this if I promote her Instagram. So I'm gonna promote her Instagram. So her Instagram is Dalila_face_painting because she has a face painting business.
Painting. Oh, that's cool. She did yours. She did your face.
She did my face. Yeah, she did.
She's good.
We woke up an hour earlier today. She did my face, and I had to drive them to school like this.
I love it.
It was very busy morning here. Very, very busy. So, okay, so I guess that's after a Halloween theme party here. And let me get myself back here. Let me reorganize my screen. And yes, so that's my daughter's face page Instagram, and that's done. Dalila, our deal is done here. Okay, and I will move on officially.
And
Have to
the
put
cash
that on the
changed hands
description.
too?
What is that? Diva.
You'll have to put her details on the description of
I
the
will,
video.
I will definitely. Joe, you mentioned something?
I said, has the cash changed hands too?
You know what? She has enough of my cash. She has enough of my cash, you know?
Yeah, on a daily basis, right?
Make it rain.
Come on, she has enough of, she's going 12, 13, she turned 13 just a month ago. And now, yeah, I'm officially a teenager dad.
Yay, teenagers!
Don't remind me that. But again, let's go back to our core, the core here. Let's start the juice, the nuts and bolts of the conversation here. So I'm gonna go here, as usual, through some blog posts. And the first one that comes to mind is a very, very well put together post by our friend David Poindexter. David, I've asked this question a few weeks ago to someone, maybe it was to Clint, of how, or even it was amongst us, how we should go about testing a release candidate. And you put together such a nice blog post that answered all my questions. What should I do to do a proper test on a release candidate? So I really appreciate the post. It was super useful to me personally because now I know what I should look for when I'm testing a release candidate. So again, very well put together. I don't know how you came up about this idea, but I really like that. I don't know if you guys have come across that post, but very, very good one. Thank you, David. Okay, and by the way, is a filler word. It's I'm doing a leadership course, and the proper term is that this is a whiskers word. So I'm gonna try to stop saying Okay, so if you catch me saying I don't know, do something. Tell Edison, stop.
Have a shot.
What is that, Diva?
Have a shot. Okay. Okay. It's too early for this. A sip of coffee. There you go. It's more peachy.
No, it looks like Mike's got his wine bottle open already.
It was just by the headband or his wife's stash there.
She cannot drink right now.
You can't drink right now.
Exactly. So you're just
it's all for me.
But you can.
Anyway, guys. Okay, so that's the first one. The second, third, and fourth one is all from the same guy, Tycho the Awards. And I don't know if Tycho is the right way to pronounce your name, but I'm gonna go with that. From the Netherlands. Man, let me tell you, 3 blog posts, very juicy ones, short ones but to the point, and very, very useful. First one from Tycho, redirects in DNN. Actually, I just jumped here. Yeah, so redirects in DNN. You're gonna see here how you could go about doing redirects in DNN, and he goes very detailed here, talking about HTTPS redirects as well, how you can do that using the web config. So very good post from Tycho. The next one, Tycho again, security headers and CSP. CSP stands for Content Security Policy. It's basically a short post here that he's pointing to 2 wikis that he put together. One talking about content security policies, and the other one talking about security headers in DNN, how to use them. Again, I didn't read those 2, but I know more or less what he's referring to. So you guys should definitely have a look at this as well. Security headers and CSP by, again, Tycho the Award. And the third one, the last one, assets for everyone. basically Tycho goes through here how you can leverage the asset manager module, the digital asset manager module, to use it not only as the file manager, but as a place that you can store files and you can share files with users. You can have different groups of users being able to upload, download files. So again, going beyond the file management, you can leverage that module for. So again, digital asset manager, assets for everyone by Tycho the Awards. Okay, great. So those were the blog posts. Oh, see, again, I have to stop that. You're not catching it. Are you catching it? I mean, I see a buzzer there. I mean, who's doing the buzzer there? Okay, so general one here, DNN 922 released, not news. I mean, this is old news already. However, something that I came across the last few days is that there is a critical security update on that version. It's related to possibly leaked cryptography information. I want to ask the group here, do any of you guys know if this is a big deal? I mean, if it says critical, I guess that it's big deal, but do anyone has any insights into this?
I looked at the post. I didn't know a whole lot about it, to be honest. I know it said it dates back to, I think, DNN 5 and up. So there could be a broad range of sites that are affected. And I don't know if it's completely accurate. I don't have it up on the screen, but I think it mentioned that you may need to have some previous knowledge of that environment potentially to expose this information. I think that's the same one. But other than that, I'm not quite sure.
So, should we rush to upgrade? Yes, no, maybe, never.
As a life rule, I always wait a little bit so somebody, boi de piranha.
Whoa, she's going in Portuguese
Brazilian
here.
expression there. I'm sorry. It's like somebody will try it first, and if they are okay, then I'll go.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna jump right away because of that critical thing here, but, well, if it's critical, I mean, someone that knows a lot more than me thinks that this is critical, so it might be critical and it might be very important. So anyway, so if there's a critical flag, I guess that
if you're on an earlier version of DNN 9, it probably makes sense to upgrade because there are enough instances of just ugly things. And I have a site that's on 9.1.1, I believe, and that's the one that starts moving pages around when you change page settings. So that alone is enough to upgrade, and I think I upgraded that site to 9.2.1, and presumably 9.2.2 is not a big deal. My problem is I have too many clients who don't want to upgrade from DNN 7. So
that's a bigger problem. That's another story.
Those are the battles that I'm fighting.
Good. Okay, so again, just wanted to mention that because I saw some conversations on Facebook about this critical point here. Okay, so moving on. Let's talk about videos and meetups and things that have happened during the past 30 days. As usual, a lot of meetings from the TADUG, Technology Ecosystem Advisory Group. I know that, Mike, you are usually around there. Do we have anything? Let's put it this way: you are our special correspondent on the TAG meeting. So, is there anything to report from them?
I'd say there's nothing of note at this point, other than we're starting to implement some changes on GitHub where we're going to see some of the issues prefixed. I believe it's RFC off the top of my head, but that's a request for collaboration and comments, so that we can start getting some larger issues identified and come up with a solution as a community for some of them. And then that way it would be more apparent as to kind of what issues are outstanding that need people to help build them or need people to help work on the code. Because right now, if you go through the issue log on GitHub, it's not really apparent as to, maybe Mike, myself created an issue and I'm working on it, but no one else knows that. Or maybe I create an issue and I don't have the skills or the time to work on it and I want people's help, but it doesn't really say that. So this process should identify or should help work through some solutions before just jumping in, but then also identify, hey, here's chunks of work that we need volunteers help with, or here's chunks of work that people are already working on. So I think that's the only thing of note in the last couple of weeks outside just normal kind of operational day-to-day updates.
Got it. So I'm assuming that process will help to bubble up what needs to be done right away and who needs help with what and give more visibility, correct?
Yeah, it's twofold. It's to kind of bubble up, here are things that people are asking for, or here are areas of interest. Okay, can we collectively get some feedback?
Is that me or
everyone
is that
else,
Mike?
so we can come up with a solution instead of just, I'm going to build this and jump right in. So it's kind of a, hey, everyone, here's the topic that we want to work on. I think from that would be, okay, who wants to work on it, who can.
Got it. Everybody can hear me?
Yes.
Thumbs
Yeah,
up. Okay.
I think
Okay.
we're
It's just
good.
that it was
Yeah.
breaking a little bit, Mike. Maybe it was
Was-
on your side. Okay, great. So thank for that, Mike. If I would like to ask if you keep going to those meetings and if you want to make some notes about things that you want to bring to our monthly, that would be great. Okay.
Definitely, I'll do that.
Okay. Scott, are you there as well? Scott, I don't know. I'm not sure if you're there.
Yeah, that's the Tuesday meeting, Tuesday afternoon, right? Yeah. I can't get to everyone, but I've been on probably 2 of the last 4, so about half of them. Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, so moving on in terms of events in general, as usual, I always mention about the SoFried Meetup, and the last one was, the main presenter was Mandip Singh from Mandips, and he was talking about their e-commerce solution, their e-commerce module. I can only imagine how big of an undertake it is to develop a comprehensive e-commerce solution in this day and age, with so many options out there, with so many, I don't know, again, I don't need to dwell too much on that, but there is a beta version of Live Storefront from Mandips, and if you want to get more information, not only about Mandips, but also there's a community update there that is mentioned by Clint and by Ryan as well. So that was going on about a week or 2 ago. That's the SoFried Meetup. Talking about meetups, we had our meetup beginning of October, our TADUG meetup from presented by Kelly Ford. He was talking about prompts, and it was a very lively conversation, and I think it was a refresher as to where prompt is right now. And again, very, very good, at least, if I may say so, very good conversation that we had there with the participants and Kelly as well. That was our last one. As I mentioned about meetups and TADUG, I'm going to mention about the next one. The next one will be on November 7th. Bogdan Litescu from DNNSharp will be talking about how to build complex systems using, a bit self-serving, but using DNNSharp's collection of modules. And he'll be talking about their continuous integration process, that they use their own tools. So they are basically, in a way, eating their own dog food to streamline the processes that they have internally to develop software, develop modules. So he will be talking about that on November 7th on our next TADUG Meetup. And all of you guys are, of course, invited. That was the event. Okay, talking about events, next events. Of course, I cannot not mention about DNN Summit. Let's go through a few things about that. Just recapping the dates, February 19th to 23rd, Denver, Colorado. Joe, I'll let you talk a little bit about that. I'm just going to mention a few things here. Call to speakers, it's done. And very shortly, the speakers will be announced. They are not announced yet. What I'll be doing, or what I was compelled to do, is I'll be interviewing the speakers during the next month or so. Most likely, I'm gonna have 10 days that I'll schedule people, and whoever wants to show up, I'll talk and I'll ask questions about their presentations. Hopefully that creates a little bit of a story to talk about even more about the DNN Summit. Registrations are open, as I have in front of me. Registrations are open, and what else? Joe, do you want to talk about the training sessions? Because I think it's one of the key differences from this DNN Summit as compared to the previous one.
Sure, and if it sounds like I'm in the midst of a hurricane, we carefully scheduled to have our house power washed today, and even better, he's outside of my room right now. So I think I ought to go on mute and let you describe the training.
That's fine. So if you want to add something, you can. And I'm going to try to follow on your email that you sent earlier, but I may miss something. So for the training, there are right now 5 tracks. There's one admin track. The module development track was broken down into 2 because Scott was just way too advanced for people to understand what he was talking about. So they decided to break it down into a... What is that, Diva?
He's too smart.
Yeah, so Scott, did you get the advanced one or the intro one?
I took the advanced one. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Joe, but now who is it that's doing the intro?
Will Stroll is going to do the module development.
Yeah, Will Stroll. He's done it before. What happened was I ended up getting a lot of people, we call it like kind of the intro or module development 101, whatever you want to call it. But we end up getting a big mix of people in there the last few years. It'd be people like, hey, we want to know about like deployment processes and this and this and that. And they're like, well, there's other people that are starting from square one. They just want to know how to build a module. And it's 8 hours is not enough time to do all that, right? So I think it's smartly enough. And based on the feedback, it's like some people were like, well, we had to go kind of fast. And some people were like, oh, we didn't get to cover some of the stuff I was hoping for that was advanced. So I think it'll be good. And again, I bit off more than I can chew because now I got to put together a new set of 8 hours of training.
Good. Okay, so recapping, admin, in module development intro, I don't know how will it be called, but I'm calling it intro, and then an advanced one, which is the one that Scott is talking about, and then theming, and then there's a new one which is called, which is about Evoke and liquid content. I think it will be done by your friend there, Tracy. Is that
it's not gonna be done by my friend there. It's gonna be done by my friend there and me, but nobody wants to put my name on it. Yay!
Oh, you are the one?
Because he talks well, but I know what's going on.
Oh, look at that. It's good.
Yeah, so can somebody please put the name there so I can send the link to my father and say, look, Dad.
So we're gonna be doing some investigative work here, We're gonna be uncovering those injustices that we see going on,
Come on. This is like, is it because I'm not Canadian or something? Because you have to be Brazilian and Canadian to be included on the list?
Oh, Okay, okay. I know where you're coming from. You know, I have the power to mute you.
Try. I talk loud enough that you're still gonna hear me.
Okay, okay. So good, good. Now that we know who is really doing the work behind the scenes.
What you skipped over two, or actually 2.5. There is a half-day session called Introduction to .NET Nuke, and that will be in the morning. And in the afternoon, there is an open lab, which means drop in, and we will have people available to answer questions to help you work out problems. And also in the afternoon, there will be a roundtable discussion, and the details are still being worked out, but in previous years, it's been called the Business Roundtable, where people are discussing various aspects of using DNN in their business operations. And I expect that's what it's for. And speakers have been notified of the sessions, and once everybody has confirmed that, yes, I submitted the session and yes, I plan to attend, then we'll have that information on the website. I guess the other things are, if you like skiing, snowboarding, snowmobiling, there's 2 days of that following the conference up at Winter Park, Colorado. So go to the website. If you can't find what you're looking for, send us a message and we will respond to that.
Awesome, awesome. Talking about this open lab, hopefully Open Friday will last till DNN Summit, and then you can plug Open Friday there. Actually, talking about Open Friday is running right now from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. What is Open Friday? Open Friday is when people like us join a Slack channel, and we are there to help anyone that may have a question, they want to know something about DNN, and some of you or most of you are there already. So again, that's what Open Friday is. That was a good segue for my next point, which was Open Friday. Oh, by the way, let me play this.
Yeah, and if you go there, you'll see pictures of some very interesting people.
Okay, I haven't checked that, but do I have to censor something there? And those pictures?
Ooh.
No, well, I don't know. There's kind of a scary looking guy with makeup, but other than that.
Can you hear that?
Yes.
Can you hear that? I forgot to play that in our intro. I had to play that. Okay, so just mentioned about Open Friday. That's done. By the way, Open Friday, we have already almost 100 people over there. They don't come online at the same time all the time, but they are here and there. Once in a while, they show up, and we are there helping people every single Friday for 4 hours. 4 hours. Oops. 4 fingers. That's it. So Open Friday, that's the one. Okay, so now it's our time. Let me see if I get this right. I love audio. I have to use more audio.
This show is just getting much more advanced.
It is. And I'm thinking about
this is professional right here.
I'm thinking about having a huge sound table here doing that.
It will be the first thing I will get. Like, ooh, maybe I need a button. Let's buy a huge technology thing that I don't need.
Maybe doing some mixing here, But here it is. Okay, so let's go to our segment. The wonderful segment of Guess the Fake. And today, we will be talking about persona bar options. Please raise your arms. We just have to make sure that nobody touches the keyboard, because this one It's very easy to find out if you are touching your computer there. Okay, so you're gonna have to guess. You're gonna have to guess the fake persona bar option. That's it. If you are running, and that will tell me who has upgraded to DNN 9 and who hasn't. That will be a big teller. Okay?
It's gonna be hard for me because I use Evoke a lot. I'm gonna be like, yes, they are not on this one, just on Evoke. But go on.
So here's what we have. Again, the fake item here, the fake persona bar option. Vocabularies, first one. Config manager, second. SEO, the third one. Global assets, the fourth one. And search, the last one. Which one is the fake? You know what? I should have sent to the diva the rules of the game. Okay, nobody heard that, and even if they heard, they should not know. It may not be the one. Anyway, think for a second. I'm gonna put the sound effect. Of course, I need the segment.
He's gonna mute me now. I know.
Good idea. Enough.
We're just killing time at this point.
Okay, so let's go top to bot. No, let's leave the diva for the last one. Joe.
Please repeat the options. I got lost and tranced in the music.
Okay. Vocabularies, config manager, SEO, global assets, and search.
I think it's the third one.
SEO. Okay, so we have one vote for SEO.
No, it's not SEO. You got me.
Okay. You gotta keep SEO. Scott?
I'm gonna have to go with DNN Diva. I believe that.
Choice.
Well, so there are search configuration options, but they're not at the top level on the bar.
Okay.
I think
that's a good one. That's a good option. As good as anyone. Mike?
Was the question what's at the top level, or is it just what's implemented in the persona?
Yeah, at the top level. At the top level. So what are they?
Or what's an item in one of the persona
when you go to manage.
Oh. Yep. I'll go with SEO then as well. Or search. Sorry, search. Yeah, I'm going with search too. Yeah, I know where search is.
Okay, and the diva that talks too much.
Never.
She
I
didn't
talk
even
too much,
have-
but everything is right. It is search.
She had one
Search is
second.
under site settings, blah, blah, blah. You have to go deep down within the tabs afterwards.
Yeah, too confusing. Okay, so what is yours, diva?
Search.
Oh, search. Okay. Yay! Search is the one. Search is the one that is not there. And I think that we'd have a lot more wrong choices, wrong selections if the diva hadn't jumped the gun there that quickly.
Sorry. I thought it was who says first wins.
Oh,
So I like,
maybe
listen to me first.
maybe we're gonna change the rules now, It's the first one wins the game.
We have to get one of those echo buttons. Like,
Yeah.
I was going to go with global assets. I know it's at the top level, but I misinterpreted the question because that's the only extension that hasn't been converted to a persona bar extension out of the original min extensions
True.
that I'm aware of.
True. Diva, that goes to you. I'm gonna pick some more variety of sound effects next time.
now be quiet.
That was our guess the fake. Coming to a conclusion here. Tips. I had no tips this month. I had no time. I have all the excuses not to have tips, but I have no tips. And I'm not gonna say my excuses, but no tips this month. Unfortunately. Again, wrapping things up here, I'm just going to the last segment, which is what's new, what's exciting, what's what have been keeping you up at night. Okay, let's start with Mr. Smeltzer. What's up, Mike?
I think you said it earlier. For me, at home life, it's getting ready to have a new daughter coming to our lives. So that's been occupying lots of time, and it's a struggle. Balancing home life with business life sometimes. That's where I'm at right now. Just trying to prepare for the. Look at the calendar down there. It's about 8 weeks away, so it's coming quickly.
Let me ask you this, Mike. And are you getting more comfortable with the mic? Getting comfortable with the mic? With the mic.
Yeah, I'm getting pretty comfortable.
I'm talking about the microphone, okay?
You might be alluding to. I've been doing more training videos lately, so that's something I'm working on as well. Starting to get more comfortable with the mic, yeah, absolutely, and estimating as I mentioned, I think in the last couple monthly chats, estimating the work surrounding creating videos. So Scott, I sympathize with you and your new 8 hours of video that you have to do in the next little while.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's it, Mike. Let's go from bottom to top here. Scott, what's up? What's new?
Well, I've been on this, I don't know if it's exciting or new, but I've been on the Salesforce project. I did get my certification in Salesforce, and I'm kind of full-time on this project now. So it's kind of deviating me from DNN for just a short term, just a little bit. And then it's going to be exciting and a lot of work, like Mike said, for me to put together this new training for February, but I'm up to the task. So I guess that's it for me now.
So what are you doing with Salesforce? I mean, is that Salesforce development? Is that integration?
Yes, it's actually development. It's actually building out. Salesforce has a thing called Lightning Communities, and you can build portals in it. So it's almost kind of like DNN, I guess, in a way, but it's tightly integrated to the CRM, and it's very you're more limited on what you can do there, obviously, but. Yeah, building out front-end components for that, almost like module development.
Got it. Awesome. Okay. Joe, what's new? What's exciting? Aside from the guy cleaning your home.
That was exciting. I thought the remnants of the hurricane had arrived early, but new and exciting has nothing to do with DNN, but I got a new Surface computer. And I got, for my house, I got a new dual monitor set up. So I now have all of those things working together, and now I have the problem that I can't figure out on which screen something is hiding. In the DNN world, I'm still working my way through a couple of projects that started out converting DNN 5 sites to something modern. And I think we're up to DNN 8 on one of them, and we're working our way to DNN 8 on another. They all have more custom modules than you want to know. And the good thing is the developer left them with zero documentation too. So that's always fun.
That's incredible. I mean, no developer does that. They all document things so well.
Yeah, I know. It was a shock to me. Just an absolute shock.
What?
Okay. Good. Joe, Diva, what's new? What's exciting for you?
It was funny that you asked about Mike's mic. I'm actually having a similar issue because I don't know if you noticed, but I talk a lot and I have a little bit of an accent.
I have noticed that.
Yeah, so I'm very talkative and stuff, but want to be quiet, just put a microphone in my face or a camera and I'll be like, ugh. So stupid boss, Tracy, made me do this training in Las Vegas for the mayor team of IT things with DNN and EVOC and everything. So I went there first time, completely green, like my screen. And I'm like, okay, unfortunately, well, but they got to understand what I said, which was a miracle. And then we have this new project that we are doing now, which is pretty much video tutorials teaching EVOC. So we are completing this, and he wanted some help with that. And oh my God, recording videos is one of the worst things in the world. And I'm being so self-conscious of the way I speak stuff. Like I was trying to say security, and it came out as skirt. And I'm like, and no, it's not a skirt, it's security. So I did the first videos and was like on workflows that I was not very, understandable. So I was kind of like mechanically reading, this is the workflow that goes like that. Sounded like an infomercial. I hated it. No, and then the last video that I did was a little bit easier because I knew about it. So I didn't have to keep reading from the script. But it's still, oh my God, so bad. So I hope you understand what I say.
A word of advice for those of us who are not naturally good, smooth speakers is always don't record more than a minute at a time is what I do.
Oh my God, it's like I have.
That's about as much as I can. I have to redo it every time, and I'll still heavily edit all my ums and so's and my computer freezing up.
Getting breath to talk, and I'm like, silence. Like I'm becoming very good with Adobe Premiere and Audition to remove all this and remove like Alessandra, you're talking too loud. You just red everywhere. I put in the microphone lower. It's been, but all I know, it took me like 4 days to do my first 52-second video. That was not even, was just a talking, was just a voiceover. And it took me 3 days. It's getting like, a little bit easier, but it's, so painful.
Awesome. It's great to have,
Tracy.
Great to have, from this panel here, 4 out of 5 doing video and doing recording and doing training. And we have professors. Oh, by the way, now it's my turn. By the way, I'm still trying to keep a straight face when I'm called professor.
Oh,
that's right. How's that been going?
Professor Anderson Oliveira.
Yeah, it's been going well, and Professor Anderson Oliveira is doing fine. Very busy. That's one of the excuses that I have for not putting out more tips, because now I'm teaching face to face. Anyway, it's been good. So that's.
I find it easier when you speak because you don't need to go back and fix it.
Yeah, if
when
you screw up,
you can't fix it, it's like, I have to fix that one word. And I keep going back and doing the same one like 300 times until it's perfect.
It's a different dynamic. It's a different dynamic, definitely. So but again, that was last month news. New for me right now, Action Form. I'm doing a lot of work with Action Form, getting to know that sucker quite well. Bogdan, I need to have some training with you, but yeah, Action Form by DNNSharp, I'm getting to know that very well.
I have a training course on that. Let me know.
You have a training course on that?
Let me just
It's
plug
only
that
live.
in.
I don't have, it's not video, but we do. We use that product for clients. We have to train clients on that.
Really?
So if you have any questions, just post them up on the Slack channel, and maybe I'll get to you.
I will do that. Actually, I'll do that during Open Friday.
If I have time.
During Open Friday. Okay, so that's one. And the last one is, as soon as we're done here, I'm gonna go to Canada's largest video game expo. Yes, it's running downtown Toronto. So I'm about to jump. I'm about to clean my face and jump in a train to go to Toronto to go to an ask.
You're already dressed for it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but I was invited by an investor there, so I'm not gonna go with an investor dressed up like that, okay?
It's a gaming convention, and Canada's legalized marijuana. I say you go like that.
I missed that one. Yes, it's legal, guys. Come on, come to the north. You know.
Let's go visit. Let's go visit Anderson.
Where's mine? Where's mine? Let me see. Oh. Guys, that's about it. Today was, with a very, let's put it this way, communicative guest. Thank you very much, DNN Diva, for being here today. Your first time. So she's walking away, but that's fine.
I think you chased her away.
I guess so. Guys, I think that we can wrap this up. Anything else to be discussed? Anything else to be mentioned here? And I'll talk to you, Diva. I mean, it's all with that, guys. Because I know if I ask you, there'll be something there. Anything? Crickets? Hasta la vista? We cannot hear you. You cannot talk, Diva. That's great. Awesome. Thank God. Bye. Hasta la vista. Cheers. Woohoo.